Hi, how's everybody doing? Have you decided what you're going to do in the new year? Are you making plans? Well, I tell you what, now is the time for us, I'm going to put us in it, to make plans of what we're going to do with our 2026. I'm working on my goals. The Lord gave me a vision, and it was one I would have never expected. But you know what? God's already created for us a vision. He told us in Jeremiah 29, verse 11, and I agree with him. So I'm asking the Lord for me to connect me with his vision so I can go on and do the things that he's called me to do. And one of them is teaching. And my question was for the longest is, teach what, Lord? So I know I'm doing reselling. I'm teaching people how to resell. If you're interested, put it in the comment below, and I'll walk you through how to resell right from your home, right where you are, especially for you single moms or you people who are newly laid off. You can start a business right within your home selling the things that you already have that you don't use. The other thing you can do is, I always talk about vending. There's different types of vending. If you look up the definition of vending, it covers all diasporas. Business, when you look up the definition of business, is we all have business and we all do business, but it's according to how you define it. So you look up the definition and then you say, you know what, I'm a business person because anytime I go out to pay a bill or anytime I go to the grocery store, to the corner store, to the gas station, you are doing some type of business. So you know what? Look around the house, get that stuff out. Don't pull everything because sometimes it could be so overwhelming. And then you have a corner full of just stuff. I would pick out 2 or 3 items that you can post online right now. You have Facebook Marketplace. You can take and go to Facebook, look at the bottom. They have a little marketplace, a little shop. There's a lot of people who buy from Facebook Marketplaces. And also there's tons of researches online. If you want me to do a video, let me know. I'll do a video tutorial. And I'll show you how to actually go about doing the listing. Then there's Poshmark, there's eBay. So there is a way to take and generate an income. You know, a lot of people are into that AI craze. It's not for everyone. Everybody doesn't want to do AI. Everybody doesn't trust it. But like they say, you can make a lot of money. But the thing is, are you ready for when that increase comes? Do you know what to do with it? So I would say start slow. Just do what you can do right now around the house. A lot of people are working. You don't want to be overwhelmed. But if you have a little strategy or a plan, then you could go about doing something little by little. I would encourage you to go that way. So if you decide that you need to take and get another source of income, those are the areas that I'm an expert in because I've been doing it for over almost 30 years now. So don't be discouraged. Single moms, young teens with kids, you're on assistance, you want to get off of assistance, and you can get off of assistance. You got to have a plan. You got to have a thought. How am I going to take and get off of welfare because it's not enough? I sure had those thoughts when I was on welfare. And you don't want to go there answering all these people your personal questions. You didn't want them all up in your stuff. And you say, you know what, I can do better. I'm not against it if you need it. But if you don't want to be on it and you want more and you're pushing toward living a better life, then you know what? There are doors, and you don't need a ton of money. You don't need to run to the bank. Like everybody says, run to the bank, get a loan. Please don't go get no loan. Because if you really don't know or you have a strategic plan for loans, I wouldn't suggest personally that you go toward loans. Because you have to know exactly if you get that money, and a lot of people do, it's like a credit card. You know, you go into the mall and they have their representatives, the stores, like the big box stores. They have those women or men in the mall and they run up to you, get a credit card, get a credit card. Oh, no, you don't have to pay it off now. You can pay it off later. Don't do it. I don't care how tempted. We'll start you with $500. But they don't tell you how you're going to pay that $500 when it hits in 30, 60, 90 days. And then if you can't pay it, you're stuck with an increasing debt. And a lot of times you get that debt You don't even know how you're going to pay it off. Oh, I could do it. One young lady told me a little bit back, I can do it. You don't have no guarantee with these jobs now. You're going to have a job because if their numbers go down or their numbers go up, and with this AI automation and this automation, you don't know, people's jobs are not secured like they used to be in the past. There is no long-term employment. You're going to have to become that contractor that you already are. When you go to a job, you put in the application, guess what? You are a business going to another business to ask them to give you work. So in turn, you do their work and they pay you. They don't tell you that in school. They tell you to get a job, go to school, for those who don't have the money, make some debt, and guess what? Work for them so they can pay you what they say you're worth, not what you're really worth, not really your value. They'll train you to do their work, but they won't train you to advance into your own work that you already are. You do the work. So this is not to discourage you, but for those of you who would like to advance their life and get off the hamster wheel of running from job to job to job and everything that comes with that job, that business that you go to every day, and tell them, I've agreed to a contract with you to do your business, and in turn they pay you what you accepted. And then you get aggravated and you get upset, and then you want to pounce on them. And as my daughter said this years ago, she said, and somebody who was really rude to her, and she said to the person, I didn't ask you to come here and to put in the application. You decided to. So every job that you work, you, can I say volunteer? But you volunteer to engage in business so they can pay you what they said they will pay for the work that they want you to do. This should be an encouragement to a lot of young people. Well, they don't pay me enough. But have you boosted your skills up so that you can truly get paid for what you say your values are? Because they're only looking for value. A lot of people say, oh, they love you. Those people are looking for somebody to process the work. Again, and you decided that you were going to either advance your skills, and a lot of the hospitals, they do advanced education for their employees so that you can move into maybe another position or get a higher rank. So that's how you get more money. So you've taken your business, you've taken your time to increase your skills so someone can pay you a little more of what they say that your value is worth. So again, you don't have to stay where you are. This is 2026, the beginning, January the 3rd, 2026. And every day we're given an opportunity to increase our value. If you're on this phone and you're watching this, instead of keep scrolling, go over there to Google. Google information of how can I get skills to increase my value. So either one, I can get a better job, or two, I can start a business, or three, I can take and do something that I love to do. And you don't know what it is, but sometimes look around and see what you like. Some people sing, some people dance. God's given us so many gifts and talents. We don't even see them because there's no conversation. There was no conversation in school about something besides being a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant or a hairdresser. You had to go to a trade school or a mechanic. There is a book out, and it's on occupations. And I think that book has over 2,000. This was back in 1981 when I graduated. But that many occupations plus now in the technology realm. But there is work, and there's a gift that and a talent that God has given to you. You just haven't tapped into it, because if you haven't had that conversation about what can you really do and what do you like to do, that you can make an income and be your own boss and take yourself out of a poverty situation into a better situation, you and your children, you and your husband, you and your family. And everything isn't AI. AI is not for everyone. You need the knowledge of it, but at the same time, we're going to always need a farmer. Well, Fern, I don't want to be a farmer. But we need those people who know the soil. They know about soil content. There's things and gifts that you have knowledge of that people will pay you to consult with them. You can be a consultant, but you have to be an expert, not a master of a whole lot of things. What they say, experience of something and a master of everything, something like that. But it's like you know everything, but you really don't know. You're not a master. But when you master something, people will pay you for your talent. And they can tell by talking with you if you really know your stuff and not fluff. So I just want to encourage you, 2026, that if you are interested in a certain thing, we can investigate together. Just leave a comment and I'll research it with you, because the Bible says, God says in his Bible, that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And if you don't know, you just don't know, because see, they didn't go to school and they didn't teach us this. So be encouraged. Don't give up. Don't get weary. And you go forth and you investigate what gift or talent. You could be a speaker in different subjects, an entrepreneur, all kind of things you could do. Be encouraged. You're listening to Fern from FML Diversify, and on my channel, I talk about many different things, and this is what I'm talking about tonight. So if you have something you'd like me to go over with you, and you're interested in it, leave a comment, and we will walk through it together. Have a good night, and we'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.